Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss P. And as always, I'm driving. I'm headed to go get me a snowball from Bahama Bucks. And this is like my second story as I go, because I might as well tell y'all some stuff, right? Well, this one is high school at its finest. And I didn't even think I could have a situation as such, but I did. Well, during my high school years, I was 405 pounds. I didn't have friends at the time. And I went to a very popular school that's in 3rd Ward. I'm going to just say that. Well, in that school, I managed to meet two twins. No, not the same ones from middle school, but it's another set of twins. I met them and we became friends and they were older than me. They was in like two grades higher than me. And yeah, we became friends, started hanging out. I went to their house. They came to my house. Went to a couple of events. Their mom was kind of like isolating them. So I was kind of like their only friend. But they had some friends. Anyways, I don't know how that was up. So we all hanging out. Everything was cool. Well, me, I'm not designated, to one person. I'm not designated to one person. I like friends with an S. Well, we're sitting up here having a good time, and one day they didn't come to school, and I was by myself. I went to lunch and I met this girl. I'm gonna call her Tink, cause she little and her name started with a T. I met her. We hit it off the jump. She brought out my wild side. With the twins, it was more conservative, more cool, more older girl stuff. With Tink, I could do whatever. We had fun. We had a ball. So, out the blue, they get jealous. And decide to call me out, saying that I act different when she's around. And so I explained to them, because I'm an open and honest person, yeah, she brings out this side of me, but I'm still the person that y'all met. It's just y'all bring out that side of me. Well, I'm guessing they didn't understand it or never learned that lesson, even though they were older than me. And they were still mad. So we became not friends, frenemies. They started going around the school talking about me. Of course, it was getting back to me. Everybody like Miss. Steady saying that they was gonna jump me, beat me up, whoop de whoop de whoop. So me, I'm giving paper trails to the administrators, the teachers, whoever I was cool with in that building. I told them, hey, these two girls trying to jump me. I don't know when it's supposed to go down. This is what's happening. I don't want this to happen. We were cool at one time. They're just mad because I'm friends with Tink. We'll do it, whatever. So one day it, I guess, comes to a head for them. And they picked the wrong day to mess with me because I was not feeling nothing at nobody. I was ready for whatever, basically. And I'm not a fighter. I never had to fight. So I come into the cafeteria. Next thing I know, I hear yelling. Now, if anybody know the cafeteria that's in 3rd Ward at that big school, it's kind of long. And they were yelling my name. Oh, big such and such is coming through. Big P coming through. Whatever. They didn't know me as Miss Peaceful then. They were saying my name. But you get the gist. And I'm looking at Tink, me and Tink walking in, because we started walking to school together, catching the bus together. Sometimes skipping school together. But it was cool. And we're looking at each other like, what the hell is going on here? And I know they're talking about me because once I lay my eyes on these two set of big black twins, I can say that because I was big and black at the same time. Upset, nerdy, glasses, mad at me, yelling in the cafeteria, looking like a bunch of banshees. And yes, I said banshees. So I'm like trying to cope with what's going on and like try to figure out, like, is they really doing this for real? Well, one of the administrators that was in there in the cafeteria, I had told them what was up, as well as they were at my middle school. There was a middle school administrator as well. So it's like I got history here. They yelling and screaming, whatever. Tink like, look, if you fight, I'ma fight. Because this don't make no sense. Let me die. Thank you for thinking I was sexy at that time. So I'm like, okay. I go in the bathroom all the way. And Tink using the bathroom. And I'm like, Tink, I thought somebody was saying my name. Because at this time, I was fed up. You got rumors around the school. You got cute guys asking me if I'm going to give them blowjobs. Because, you know, once they know when they ask. No, I don't do that. That's not my thing. So I'm like, Tink, didn't you hear somebody say my name? Didn't you hear somebody talking about me? Because it was a wall. They couldn't see me at first. Well, they leave out the bathroom, and I guess they wasn't ready that day. 2 days later, you heard what happened. So we in the cafeteria, and Tink is like, if you fight, I'ma fight. I'm like, all right, bet. Because she like, they mad at me because they think I stole you, and I didn't. I'm like, I know, they did. You really didn't. I don't, belong to anybody. I'm dedicated to everybody. Whoever needs me, I'm always there when I can. But I'm not obligated to only be to you. So she like, all right, bet. They jump up and get big breasted. I'm like, oh, hell no. Let's go. I've never had a fight. So in my mind, I'm like flipping out. I'm like, are you supposed to scratch? Are you supposed to punch? Are you supposed to slap these bitches? Get them back in reality? Do I use my pimp hand? Chauncey? Somebody? Like, I've never had a fight at that moment either. So the administrator, as we're getting big breasted at each other, the administrator pulls me as she pulls Tink. She tells Tink, go have your breakfast. You ain't got nothing to do with this. Tink like, I'm going to check on you later. They take us down to the police station. All schools got the little police station, security office. We go there. They firing off at the mouth. The police had to tell them to shut up multiple times. Like, it didn't make no sense how loud, belligerent. And so I sat there quiet. Normally, I don't listen to my mama when she be telling me to be quiet. And I know that sounds really bad, but it's true. I don't really listen to her sometimes. When I'm heated, I'm heated. But at this moment, my mama's voice was in my head. It was like, shut up. Don't say anything. Let them be like this by themselves. They can only control up to so many people. So I'm sitting in there quiet. I'm not saying anything at all. So the vice principal comes in. Mind you, I told you, I put out my papers. I let them know, look, this is what's going on. They trying to fight me. I don't know when it's going down, but if it happens, just know it's self-defense. She comes in there, and she like, what is going on here? They start yelling at her. And she this light-skinned, good hair, black, degrees on the wall, vice principal. Okay? So, she knows she the shit. She like, oh, no. Since y'all don't want to speak to me in a calm manner, whatever she lets me know, that's what I'm going to go with. Because, mind you, they kept getting louder and louder as they're trying to explain their story. And it's twins. So they're trying to talk, but their sinking twin shit wasn't happening. It sounded like a bunch of gibberish. So it kind of basically pissed the vice principal off because they were yelling at her. Low-key spitting because they was just outraged. And so I told them what happened. Hey, they've been trying to fight me because I became friends with this new girl. And everything is going just a little bit better on this end because it's more fun. They're a little bit more isolated and mature. And I'm not there yet. And she like, really? I'm like, yeah. And so they try to explain, no, that's not it. She just started acting funny. She say, everybody act different when they're around somebody else. And so they sent me on to class. They gave me a note and sent me on to class because they got mad at her saying that. They was like, she's still not supposed to act different. Like they were going left for no reason over little old me. 405-pound dark me. And so I'm like, this doesn't make no sense. So as I'm leaving at the police office, my girl Tink was right around the corner. I swear she did not go to class. She was waiting on me so I can give her the rundown, the lowdown, and everything. So we go to the bathroom, of course, and I tell her everything that's going on. I did not know that they got so outraged that they got $150 tickets apiece for threatening, as well as causing a scene in the cafeteria, as well as, hell, just look at what you arguing about. Like, because somebody won't be your friend, or they not being the friend that you think they supposed to be the friend of. Like, I don't get that. So they got $150 tickets apiece for threatening me, as well as yelling and being outraged. And they got expulsion for 3 days. I found it funny. It's like y'all got that mad over a friendship that y'all barely had because y'all started turning into seniors. So they were changing too. It wasn't just me. I wasn't changing just because I was hanging around Tink. She brought that side out of me. That bit me. I just didn't do it around them because they didn't bring that out. Them, they were changing because they were maturing. They were supposed to be seniors. And I was still a freshman. I had just got there. So it was no need for such anger. You're about to have college friends. You're not going to even remember me. Okay? So yeah. That was like the awkward, possessive high school moment that I had, which I found funny. So, the end.